Welcome. How can I help you? Yes, we do repair services here. What are you looking to get fixed? GameCube? Sure, let me just take down some information. What is your first and last name? And then GameCube you said, and then have you used it recently or has it been sitting? Okay, so you got it from a friend, not sure if it's broken. Well, I can take a look like I said and then show you how you can check to make sure it's working properly. Do you have any games with you? So we can use those to test it out, and then I can also clean the discs for you. Did you bring a controller? Perfect. Alright. Then let's see. Let's start with looking at the games then. Thank you very much. Alright, so 3 games, and these are all from your friend, or are they from childhood? Okay. Yeah, so let's take a look. I do want to make sure it's maybe not a game issue. Sometimes if there's really bad scratches or erosion, they won't work. So the first game here is Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. And yeah, this is a really good game. Time passes, the pages turn, and a new chapter unfolds in an unfamiliar land. Get ready for a 2-dimensional role-playing adventure for the ages as Mario returns to paper form to discover a mystery that sleeps behind an ancient legendary portal called the 1,000-Year Door. The quest is long, the dangers many, and this time Mario will have to make full use of his papery qualities just to survive. And I don't see the disc here. Is it in? It's in the GameCube. Alright, I can take that for you. Thank you. Okay. So I'm just having a quick look. The front looks perfectly fine. And then the back actually looks perfect. I'm just going to dust it a little bit. And I don't see any erosion, which is good. So if you were to ever clean games yourself, make sure you always use a clean, soft cloth. No paper towels, nothing that is rough. And then we here at the shop recommend only using water, so don't use any kind of window cleaner or abrasive spray. Yeah, this one is fine. Okay. And then, actually maybe we will hand this back to you. We'll test this one with the GameCube. And then, just so you know too, we do have a professional disc cleaner machine here, and that's more for really bad discs, and I don't think that one needs it at all, so we'll check out the other ones. And if any of the other ones do need it, it would only cost $1. So Mario Kart Double Dash, another great one. Your friend had really good taste. Take all the crazy action of the celebrated Mario Kart series and multiply it by 2. In Mario Kart Double Dash, each kart holds 2 racers that can switch places at any time. So choose from a huge cast of favorites and pair them up any way you see fit. let's look at this disc. This one also looks really good. So I'm just going to dust again. Now if I were cleaning with water, you want to clean from the center of the disc out to the edge. So you would dampen your cloth with water and then just swipe like this. So you never want to go in circles all around it. So just for future reference. And then you would just let it sit for a few minutes to dry. And I would recommend just cleaning your discs when you notice they're dirty or if they end up sitting for a long time, but I'm assuming you want to play these games. Yeah. So then you should be fine for a while. And then Zelda Twilight Princess, another fantastic game. Now, have you ever played any of these? Okay, yeah, they're all very good. The biggest Zelda adventure of all time. Take up arms against the dark creatures infesting your homeland as you explore a vast and dangerous world. Learn hidden skills like the Helm Splitter and the Mortal Draw as you wield sword and shield against countless foes. Use heightened senses to search for clues as a sacred wolf when unnatural twilight blankets Hyrule. So let's take a look at the Twilight Princess disc. Also in great condition, so your friend must have really taken care of his games. I'm just gonna dust this again. Yeah, just a little bit of dust. It may have been sitting, but again, it looks very, very clean, and it looks like it hasn't been used much either, so you shouldn't have any issues with it long term. And I will give you these back. There you go. And see your controller here, so let me just unwrap it. It's just a little dusty, so I'm just gonna gently wipe it for you. And these you don't have to be as gentle with when you're cleaning. You can use a disinfecting wipe, just a regular cleaning wipe, or even just a nice cloth. And let me try these buns. Everything looks good. We do fix buns though if you were to ever have an issue. Okay? Alright, and now I can take your GameCube. Alright, thank you. So let me take a look. So everything visually looks fine. I don't see any dents or anything of concern yet. There is a little bit of dust, so I can take a look at that. And I see you have a Game Boy player on the bottom. Do you know what that is? Okay, yeah, I can show you what that is then. And we can test that and make sure it works. So I'm first just looking at the ports back here, making sure they're not dusty or dirty. So let me get my cloth. Let's see. Do you see a little dust? And honestly, that can be a problem sometimes. Or it could be your cords are just old, so that looks a little better. And now I'm going to check the left and right side of the GameCube. Just checking to see if the fan ports look clogged. And this one looks good. Let's check the other one. This one looks good too. So basically, if there was a lot of dust and grime on the sides, it would definitely need to be cleaned. Basically, the GameCube would not be cooling effectively when you use it, and that could cause problems. So I think that looks good. And now if using the different cords and just cleaning the ports didn't do it, we do have other options. So it could be an optical drive malfunction, or it could even be motherboard failure, which I'm hoping it's not either of those things. I do think this GameCube looks well taken care of, and typically the ones that have those issues do not look like this. And then just so you know, it's these two cords in the back. So it's pretty easy to plug in. And these are brand new cords, so we shouldn't have an issue. And then if your GameCube were to ever turn on, but you don't have a picture appearing on the screen, it could be a dirty laser lens, which is right inside here. And if that's the case, never touch it. And if you think it's smudged, you could either gently use a Q-tip to clean it with rubbing alcohol, just a very little bit of it, or if you don't feel comfortable, you can bring it in. Alright, so first things first, we turned on the TV, and now I'm just going to click the power button. You see the intro screens, which is a good sign, and then the game introduction story should start. And we don't have a memory card inserted, and that's fine. So we're just gonna do this, since we're just testing it out. And let's see. Perfect. Yes. So I'm just going to start it off and make sure everything seems like it's working properly. Okay, mail call. And I love this game, it's one of my favorites. Let's see what Luigi gets. Hey bro, check it out. A letter from Princess Peach arrived for you. I'll just read it to you. How's that sound? Now, let's see here. Hello there, Mario. I'm now on holiday, traveling in the Mushroom Kingdom. In my travels, I came into possession of a mystical map, a treasure map, actually. It was inside a box I got from an old merchant in a town called Rogueport. But since it would be too difficult for me to try to go find treasure all by myself, I thought you could help me hunt for it. You will, of course, won't you? I've included a map with this letter, so please bring it with you when you come. I'll meet you at Rogueport. That means you must come. Peach. What do you know? It's true. There's a weathered old map in here with the letter. Check it out. Alright, and here we go. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door. And would you like me to keep playing for a moment just to make sure there's no issues? Okay. Play for a few more moments and then we will test out the Game Boy player. Prologue, a rogue's welcome. You see, will arrive shortly. Please prepare to disembark. And now, obviously, this is the start of the game. I must apologize, sir. Our arrival was delayed just a bit by rough weather. Are you quite sure you want to disembark here? I did tell you all the sordid tales about Rogueport on our way here, did I not? What's that? I'm sorry. You say there's a princess waiting here for you? Is that so? Of course, sir. Well, if that's what you think, then I won't stop you. But, you be careful, sir. Don't say I didn't warn you. And now this is the beginning where we can actually start playing, so we can go around and talk to people. We can save here when we want to save. And I will say this is a very funny game, so I think this is all we have to do for this. So let's turn it off and test the Game Boy player. And now with the Game Boy player, so I'm glad you brought this piece. So yeah, if I recall correctly, we have to insert this disc. Insert the disc like I just did, and then just take a game. I'm using Pokemon Fire Red, and you're just going to insert it right on the bottom of the GameCube in the GameCube player, which as you can see, you already have it attached. It goes upside down. And then we can test it out. And there we go. So this is kind of the screen that you will see. And you'll see the Game Boy game starting in the middle. And I think you can customize, like if you want a background that's black or another color, we can kind of look. But here is Fire Red. And let's just press start. And obviously the graphics are what they are. So let's just continue. I think that this looks like it's just an old save, but nothing really started. So just to recap. So here we go. And this looks like it is working fine. Let's see. So we're right at the beginning of the game in Pallet Town. And what you're going to do is start walking up here. And I actually haven't played this one for a while, but it was one of my favorites when I was younger. Anyways, if you're not familiar with Pokemon games, you're going to encounter several of them in the wild, in the grass, and it looks like we chose Charmander as our starting Pokemon in the save file, but I'll just demonstrate what it would be like to battle actually. So let's see. W scratch. And will you scratch again? When you start off, you don't have a powerful Pokemon yet, but that's the object of the game. To get a whole collection of Pokemon and get them really powerful. So I'm going to now turn this off. I think it's working great. So it seems like everything is now working properly. And I'm just going to actually give you the new GameCube chords. So you have them. and I'm going to give them free of charge as well, so no worries about payment. And do you have any questions about the GameCube? Anything I forgot to show you? Alright, so I just have a receipt here for you, and then our number is on the bottom, and my name. Just feel free to give us a call if you have any questions. And then we actually have a game store down the street, and they're always getting in new GameCube games, retro games, so if you're looking for anything in particular, you can check it out. And you can mention that you had your GameCube serviced here, so call us for any issues, and I'm glad everything worked out today. So enjoy your GameCube, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.